striker box him back together.
Back into the fray here in round 5. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Punch, counter punch. Beautiful counter shot. Oh, and he caught him with a stiff jab. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. That counter punch caught him clean. Couldn't land that jab. A real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Catch and shoot. Well, you know, in this division, we're going to see a lot of combinations, a lot of counter punching.
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
A perfect counter lands. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has... There's the bell to start round 6. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. How about that time counter shot? Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Here we go with these two lightning. Did you see that? So much for defensive abilities. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Nice counter shot. And that hook misses. The stamina is off the charts. There's a counter shot. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to... Round 7, here we go. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And down goes the bulldozer. And as we see it again, there's no way to get up when you get clipped with a shot like that.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
are back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe or do they play defense here?
Got to waste time. Step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to call you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points for losing the round.
It's a good start to the round for this guy.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T. Play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over again, they've got it.
A lot of effort being exerted here. Well, Johnny, you know, in the lightweight division, they've got fast hands, so get ready to see some lightning.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. Well, this next round is going to be crucial considering the knockdown we just... And there's the bell for round 8. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that?
And that'll do it as the bulldozer goes down. I think that will look even more dramatic in slow motion.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
So they'll make it up, and this fight continues.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
The straight right just misses. And he misses with that straight left. Counter punching. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You know, with lightweights, these guys are going to be lightning quick.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. A huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that. And we enter the ninth. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
Clark, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very surprised.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Counter punch. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
In this division, both fighters will constantly be on their toes trying to punch and counterpunch.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Beautiful counter shot. Holding nothing back here in the round. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
There's a lot on the line here.
Keep doing what you're doing. The gaps will appear. You were thinking, you were smart.
Okay, now you let him back into the fight that way. That's his round.
Don't get carried away. Think about your defense and the end of all.
Get your focus back, get that jab back. Just box him. Just be smart.
The other end of that jab, and you're getting your time in already. That right hand's beautiful. That's it. Just start working a few body shots in there. Hurry up a little bit. We can't figure it out. Good work. Good man. You saved.
Back on it. Get focused and get your mind back on the jab. Get back up.
Just keep him on the end of that jab, and you're getting your time.
That is. Come on, you've let him back in the fight. You're much better than this guy. You're much better.
Get up a little bit so we can't figure you out. Good work. Keep going.
Then put it back on him this round. Right.
Time winding down as we get set for another round.
He's ready to go. He's
Stand off, win the round on your jab, and breathe while you're stepping around. Get out there and switch on.
There's the bell for round 10. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Just misses with that uppercut. Missing with the hook. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. Misses with the straight left. Punch himself out, though. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
Is when you talk about championship material.
Don't get carried away.
What are you doing? You switched off completely. Get your mind back on the...
Good work. It's the same again. Don't change too much.
How then you win this round? You had everything in the bag. Now you've let him back into it.
Can't miss it. Now, good work. Stay focused. Don't let him back in the fight. Great round. You were thinking, you were smart, you weren't loading up, but you were still landing your power shots. Good work. And don't forget to
Stick my hand on the jab and then start gathering your pace and win this round.
hold that and do what you got to do. Good work.
Need you to focus on what you're doing. You don't want to lose this fight, do you? Come on, you've let...
Now just stick a few body shots in there, vary it up a little bit so we can't figure you out.
Now, get back behind your jab, basic. Just get your rhythm back.
The referee calling for seconds out. Unfortunately, this fighter not going to get more time to heal up and get a breather.
Get your focus back, get that jab back. Just box him. Just be smart. Just get your shot.
This is the 11th. We've entered the championship rounds. That 1 minute break surely wasn't enough for him to completely recover.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain over brawn.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
And he scores with the counter. Nice counter shot. Just misses with that uppercut. Counter punches have to hurt. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Now you start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
You've done all your work all the way through camp. Get out there and switch.
Follow through. Don't let him coast through this round or he'll ride it out. Go out.
Mistakes and switching off. I need you to switch back on. Get focused.
Now, good work. Stay focused. Don't let him back in the fight. Great round. Good man. You stay focused? Go on. Don't let him back in or anything. Don't give him no free shots. Slow.
Now, you've got to take that confidence away. Go out. The first minute.
It's beautiful. That's it. Now just stick a few body shots in there. Vary it up a little bit so he can't.
Come back. Take away that confidence. Stop him in his tracks. That's a terrible
jab, and you're getting your time in already. That right hand's beautiful. That's it. Just stop.
You're much better. He's not in your lead. Come on, switch on.
The referee calling for seconds out. Right back into the action.
Don't change too much. Just keep doing what you're doing.
The fight's not over yet. You've got to go out there and win this round. You had everything in the bag. Now you've let him.
And there's the bell to start round 12. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're going to try.
What are they doing that round? Are they trying to get an early out? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nope, that hook won't score. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Just misses with that jab. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Some might have thought it was a little bit closer, but in the end, the referees are in a unanimous agreement.
Unanimous? You know what? Smarts that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.